So get those cap breakers and show up here with more 2K TV.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. And the pregame warm-ups are wrapping up out in Houston, where it'll be the Rockets going up against the Los Angeles Lakers. And looking at Los Angeles, they've definitely been generating momentum. What a year they're having. They've run up the best.
Don't you always want that window? Don't you
And that shot should leave no doubt as to where we are tonight. It's the Toyota Center here in downtown Houston, Texas. Well, the weekend obviously is in full swing, and David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, guys, we know when you talk about
Tremendously competitive with great attention to detail, David. Thanks. Even before Dwight Howard, Bill, left the Rockets, Clint Capella became the clear heir apparent, it seemed, at that center position for Houston.
Great pick. I think they took him 25th in that draft. That's about as well as you can do. That's my hope for the Celtics with Rob Williams. They took him 27th, and you just hope he's this guy above the rim, shot blocker, athlete, and kind of teach him to do everything else.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So the Lakers five right now. Inside, we've got Kuzma and McGee. AI is out there with Harris, and it's LeBron in at the small forward. Harris outside. Connects from three-point range. Harris has got himself on the board with three there.
And I'll tell you what, guys, I think that's the best part of James's game, and he's got a lot of good parts, but his vision is otherworldly.
Here's Harden. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. Bill in Houston, if there's one critique of James Harden's game, it's been his defense. But do you think that's changing a bit? We're seeing some evolving in his game.
Definitely changing. First of all, he's playing defense now, which has been a revelation.
Jeff Bezdelik, I think, has really gotten his fingerprints on it.
Yeah, good name drop, too, by the way. I like that. Yeah, you know what changes your defense is being picked apart online, and Twitter GIFs and YouTube clips and people on studio shows on big, giant HD screens pointing out that you didn't try on this and that you're a matador. And I think that there's been a shaming element of his defense that's actually been successful for him. And I wish we'd had that in the 80s for Dominique Wilkins and some of these other guys. Maybe if we had shamed Dominique Wilkins, maybe we would have played better defense.
LeBron outside. In the corner, it's AI. Those three-pointers off the mark.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter. You're exactly right. Controlling the perimeter well, and didn't allow the shooter to get off a clean look. That's what you would call A-plus defense.
A shot by Paul, no good.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
Bill, you've done quite a few player interviews over your life, and I'm sure there are some guys that have surprised you with what they've got to say.
Yeah.
I want to get back to what we were chatting about, Bill, with how today's NBA players are so media ready. whether it be interviews or social media. Your take is really interesting.
I think in general, all these guys, the guys now are so used to talking to people and being in front of people, and they're not surprised by questions, and they know how to handle themselves. They know how to not get in trouble, and they're comfortable.
Maybe they've kind of grown up with you, though, too. You know what? You've been relevant for many years. Well, they've grown up with your stuff.
To be honest, a lot of them just know me as the white guy on NBA Countdown. They might not have read me, but they remember like that year I was with Jalen Rose. But what's weird is
I think you'd be surprised. More of I think.
Well, you know this too. When you're on TV, the credibility you get from being on TV, I wasn't prepared for within the NBA.
Oh, really?
I think that's true. Yeah, I think it's like, oh, he's on TV, he's okay. And maybe they don't agree with you all the time, but you've passed some imaginary checkpoint with those guys.
Well, you may think that TV was your validation. This is going to be your validation.
Oh, 100%.
2K. This is it. I'm stamping you right now.
This is better than winning a Pulitzer Prize.
Kenneth Fareed is out there with Nene. Then it's Ennis. Then it's Green. And it's Rivers in at the point. That's the 5 for Houston right now. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against the Thunder was tremendous. He ended up with 22 points, and he added a few assists as he was able to set up his teammates for good looks. His output helped his team stay hot. They're playing great, unselfish basketball right now. We'll see if they can keep it up tonight. Kevin?
Thanks, David. It was a terrific game for him. They'll be looking for more of the same tonight.
And I'd be surprised if he doesn't give it to them. He's in a very good frame of mind right now.
Yeah, you know what? His attitude, his confidence, everything is posted up on positive. And he'll be looking to build on the work he did the last time out for sure.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Back to Beasley. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. This break gives us the chance to see which teams have been the most successful in the transition game this month. The Lakers, number 1.
I mean, they have really hit their stride in terms of that transition game. No doubt about it. They are playing at a great pace.
James checked in for Los Angeles. In the Rockets last season, first team to ever shoot more threes, Bill, than twos.
Yeah, is that a good thing?
It's more interesting to watch. Percentages are a little skewed.
Is it more interesting to watch if you're 7 years old or if you love basketball like us? I don't know.
It's
I
fun
still
to
love
call.
the back cut.
Yeah, I agree.
But this is the society we're in now, right? Like people love home runs, they love three-pointers.
Big shots.
I will never in my life get used to watching guys on a 3-on-2 fast break go to the corners versus go to the basket.
And that's what Houston does.
And that's what Houston does, and mathematically it's the right move. But I still kind of like layups sometimes.
You're a traditionalist.
And I like to straddle traditionalism versus the new math. I get the new math. I don't understand shooting 45 threes in a game. Just, what is that? It's just a new form of basketball, I guess.
It is, yeah. AI, that's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
You know what? It's a fine line between attacking but yet staying under control, and they did, and that's why.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Rockets lead by 4. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, I liked how they took the initiative. They were really locked into what they wanted, not letting the defense dictate their shot selection.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Harris is out there with AI, and it's McGee in at the center. Kuzma kicks to AI. It's rebounded by Houston. They've led by as many as 11 points. And they're off to Philadelphia after this game as they'll take on the 76ers. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip.
And, you know, they don't have it right now. I mean, missing their first 3 shots so far this half, slow start.
Some solid D from Paul. Houston leading by 4. It's deflected. Houston moving it around. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 3 assists in the game.
That one goes down, but offensively, just 1 of 4 to start the 3rd quarter.
AI dishes to McGee. Kuzma lays it up and banks it in. Kuzma's got his 2nd basket of the game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And Paul gets it to go in.
And we know Paul's not the biggest guy in the league, far from it, but that does not stop him from finding ways to score inside.
Took him no time at all on that one. Kuzma's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Man, you like this intelligence he plays with. You got to respect that. Gets to his spots and scores efficiently.
Harden with it. He's picked up by James. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul called on Los Angeles. Houston shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
And this year, they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Kenneth Faried comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Austin Rivers in for Paul. And Faried throws it down.
That's platinum level dime dropping right there by Harden. Such a smart pass. Gets us to his teammates on time and on target.
Green, he's checked in for the Rockets. Lakers trail by 10. To the middle. Here's AI. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got 5 assists tonight.
And James is an all-around talent, a fantastic passer who actively looks to get his guys going.
Here's Rivers, and he drops it in from the low post. Rivers has got 7 points.
Well, this is what he likes to do. Try to break your spirit.
Yeah, I think he's trying to put this one away, quite honestly. I mean, it feels like he can lay it up against any type of defense, and he can.
That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from AI. Here is Harden. 11 points in the game. Now here's Rivers. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And a chance to now check out the scoring distribution between the front court and the back court players tonight for the Rockets.
And it's been guard play, which really has shouldered the burden offensively here. They'd like a bit more production from the front court, but in the meantime, this backcourt has kept them in the game.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
The Rockets making a switch here. Gordon's checked in. Lonzo Ball, he's checked in for the Lakers. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Houston making a switch here. Paul's checked in. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for Houston. They're leading by 8. Passes it to Rivers. Off target from 3-point range.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Back to AI. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Yeah, I concur. I mean, definitely on the roll right now. Seems like everything he's throwing up is going down.
Kept alive. Here's Rivers. Now the Lakers on the break. Shoots from the elbow, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. And now just a 4-point Rocket lead. Ball against Ingram. Free throw line jump shot, and he hits the jump shot. 12 points for Chris Paul.
And I think they're winning because of him. I mean, he's hitting a lot of his shots right now.
Ingram passes the ball. to Ingram. To the paint. Here's AI. And he banks in the layup. AI's got 10 points in just the second half.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys. And 2 for 1, that's what they'd like to get right now.
That would be ideal, and that's exactly what they'll try to do. They don't need to rush it, just need to get a quality shot, and quickly.
Here's Fareed, and the dunk by Fareed.
Kenneth Fareed, always aggressive in attacking the glass. You got to put a body on him, or he'll make you pay with offensive rebound.
Lakers trail by 6. Now Zubac. Here's AI. He can't hit that time. Some solid defense from Fareed. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Gordon finds Rivers. Up top, Capella. Shot clock at 6. Can't hit from the elbow.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And so it's the Houston Rockets with a 6 point. Let's hear what Mike D'Antoni was going over with his team moments ago.
Come on, guys. Come on now. Let's go. We're going to score easy.
Well, we're making some changes. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Reed. And it's James Harden in for Gordon. And then for the Lakers, James comes in for Ingram. And AI is subbed in for Rajon Rondo. The engine of this team, Paul and Harden in the backcourt. Ennis out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Capella in at the center position. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Harden inside the three-point line. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. McGee's got his 7th rebound here tonight. To the inside. Here's Harris. Pass to McGee. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And hate to make a mistake there. Have to stay focused.
Greg, I think they're just giving the game to him at this point. Can't make those kinds of errors.
Harden against Harris. 13 feet away. Harden, that's good. Harden's got 8 points here in this quarter.
You know, sometimes you're risking the blow-by or the drive-by if you play tight on Harden. Or like here, maybe he'll knock down the jumper right in your face. He's just got so many ways to hurt you. It's hard to guard.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And they're just playing fast and loose. Sometimes that'll burn you.
You know, can't afford these kinds of mistakes right now, Greg. It's as simple as that. They're making it hard on themselves.
Ball passes to Capella. Chalk up 2 there. And the Rockets lead by 15.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Rockets.
If they had to battle for this win, there were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the flow of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
Really a big-time win for these guys. They lost their first 2 games of the year for this team, so they won't be in danger of getting swept when they meet for the 4th time.
And you got to believe that's important, Greg. I mean, it's one thing to lose both games of an interconference series. It's a whole different story losing all 4 games to a team from your own conference.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for James Harden.
You know what stood out to me, Kevin, was his confidence. I mean, he was taking a lot of good shots and knocking them all down.
It's tipped.
Upping his intensity on the defensive end. Love to see that. Kuzma uses his length and athleticism to challenge and alter shots.
Harden, no good. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Kuzma kicks to AI. McGee, the pass to AI. Blanketed by the D, he fights to the rim for the layup.
That pass into the paint.